after sunset, and I would do it all again, cause I don't want my...
Hello you guys, welcome to the video. I'm Natalie. It's summer and I'm going camping, so I thought it'd be the perfect time to start reading summer books. I'll be camping for 4 days, so we're gonna see how many summer books I can get through in that time. I already have a couple right now. I just went to the library, was so confused because there was no one in the parking lot, and then realized it's a holiday. So I'm gonna be going to the library tomorrow. The ones I have right now are The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen and Sunkissed by Casey West. She just has like cute little YA books. I think I'm gonna start off with Sunkissed just because I kind of want to start off with an easier read. They're always just like a super light, fun read, and so I think this is perfect for like the beach and camping and stuff. So I'm gonna start off reading this one today. I will update you guys on my progress. Hello you guys, I'm back. Setting up for camp and packing and stuff took way longer than I thought it would, so I haven't been able to read all day. So I'm gonna start reading now. It's 11:30, so I'm gonna start off. Okay, I'm on page 30. We've already met the love interest, and I don't like him. He's rude. So our main character, I am really relating to her, but like kind of in a not good way. Basically, she's like really a people pleaser. Kind of just like lets people walk all over her. Hello you guys, it's the next morning. I'm actually at the library right now, so I'm gonna go in and check out a few more summer books, and then I'll show you guys them when I get back. Okay, I'm back. I got 3 books, yay! The first one is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I feel like I've been hearing a lot about her books recently. I've never read any of her books, but there are like a lot of them that I'm interested in. The next one is a little bit of a change of pace from all the ones I have so far. It's Family of Liars, which is like a prequel to We Were Liars, which is a book I really liked. So I'm hoping this one is just as good. And I think I don't know if it's necessarily a mystery, but it's a little more on that side of things than like happy, bubbly summer, like all my other books have been. And then the last one is Float. I think I've been hearing about this a lot on BookTube. Today, I'm just gonna finish reading Sunkissed, and then once I finish reading that, then I'll probably move on to, I'll pick one of these other books. So yeah, we'll see. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day. I thought I'd have way more time to read yesterday, but I ended up only being able to read like sporadically every once in a while. I know. It's day 3 and I haven't even finished my first book. But, okay, today I'm actually certain that I will have more time to read. Also, happy birthday to me! I'm pretty close, so I'm gonna finish it soon. Okay, but I just want to talk about my thoughts so far. Okay, so love interest definitely got way better. He's way nicer now. We kind of understand why he's jaded about stuff. The main character, so relatable. She has like stage fright, and she'll like freeze up whenever her sister's camera's in front of her, and I know this is ironic because I'm telling this to a camera right now, but it's different. There's some parts that like make me cringe a little. Like they're just like over dramatic, but they're very few and far between, so it does not happen often. And also, okay, here's the thing. She likes this guy who's deaf, right? So they aren't supposed to date because they aren't supposed to date guests. I feel like it is made into like such a bigger deal than necessary. Like whenever they're out together in public, they're like, oh no, is anybody watching us? You're gonna get fired if you're like seen talking to this girl. Like, I think that's just too extreme. Anyway, but so far, I'm really liking this book. This is just like such a light, fun read, which I love because I love books that like make me smile and make me laugh. And like Casey West books definitely do that for me. Like, even if they don't go, like, super deep or anything, it makes me happy, you know? It, like, brightens up my day. So I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm on chapter 30. There are, like, 39 chapters. But they're not very long chapters. So, chapter 30.
I call you pretty, but it never goes as planned. You think it's funny, I'm just trying to be a man. I wanna show you in the best way that I can that I'm so in love with you.
Oh, okay. Good quote, guys. Good quote. So basically, she said she's like not feeling like herself lately, right? And someone else is saying, sometimes staying in the box we've made for ourselves is so easy. It's comfortable and familiar in there. And a lot of times the people around us want us to stay in there too, because that's how they've always known us, in that box. But sometimes we start to change, grow, and the box begins to get small and cramped. And yet we fight to stay inside because the walls are high and climbing out seems harder than staying. I'm not saying you need to do anything differently, but if you aren't feeling like yourself lately, if you're feeling uncomfortable and a bit cramped, maybe it's time to start climbing. Those are the kinds of things I love from like coming of age books.
Cause how can I try to cross all the lines that we've always had between you and I to suit if I'm just a friend to you? How can I make you change your mind to see me different? Wish I could get your eyes on my prescription, cause baby all it takes is this.
Okay guys, I just finished the book. It was, oh my gosh, that book made me so happy. I was just smiling so much as I was like reading the ending and stuff, and the whole book is just so cute. So cute. I feel like the end was a little rushed. I feel like if it had gone more into depth about the end, it would have made it more realistic, and I feel like there's just like so much more that could be said about it. But it was definitely a very cute ending. Yeah, I'd probably give this book a 3.5 stars. I want to rate it higher, but I'm thinking I'm gonna stick with 3.5 stars because 3 stars is like I enjoyed the book. I'm like glad I read it. It was fine. 4 stars is like, oh my goodness, that book was amazing. I'm probably gonna reread it again at some point. And 5 stars is like, it's not one of my favorite books and I'm going to be rereading that for the rest of time. And so this book, it was really good and it made me happy, but I don't think it's something I'll be rereading. But yeah, it was super cute. I'm glad I read this one. I'm glad I started out with this one. And then I'll update you guys when I start the next book. Okay, you guys, I picked my next book. Okay, wait, before I get into that, do you see this haku? I'm basically camping with my church ward, and so earlier this morning, they came and brought me this haku that I think they just made today, and then they sang me happy birthday in Hawaiian, which was so cool, and it literally just made my heart so happy, so I had to share that. But yeah, I picked my second book, and I'm actually gonna read a lot today, so don't worry. Second Chance Summer, since the last one was like pretty cheery and happy and stuff, I think this one goes a little heavier because I think it deals with loss and stuff. This one is kind of seems like it's long. Okay, it's like 468 pages. I'm excited. Let's get started.
Cause I could be your guy. I see you by my side. But maybe I'm just blind. Or maybe I'm too serious. I try to keep it in my head, but it isn't really going well. Feeling like we gotta meditate, but I can't escape. And now I hate my thoughts. We're thinking about you and I'm thinking a lot.
Okay, I'm this much of the way through the book. I'm on page 126, and it still has not been told what happened like 5 years ago. So she's 17 now. Basically, something big went down when she was 12 with like her best friend and her boyfriend. So she's at her summer house, and she keeps running into her ex-boyfriend. Also, whenever she refers to him as her ex-boyfriend, I'm like, you guys were 12. And her ex-best friend, and they are so mad at her, and like a ton of other people seem to know what's going on, but us, the readers, don't. And so I'm like, what could have happened when they were 12 that is so bad that 5 years later they're all still mad at her? Like, what?
Cause I'm never around you, I would tell you, but I don't know how to say what I'm feeling now. I've been feeling down, cause I feel the distance growing. Spending more days without you, don't like where we are going. Is it so weird to think that we could be more than friends? Am I just overthinking?
I'm a little more than halfway through the book, and I'm kind of confused and concerned. So basically, every like few chapters, it's been having a chapter about 5 summers ago, just showing like went on back then, so we can like slowly build up to finding out about what like the mystery drama is from 5 summers ago. And so it just showed what it was, and I'm so confused because I was expecting to be some huge horrible thing based on how big of a deal everyone's making it, and it's like, yeah, it wasn't great, but I feel like it's not that awful. I don't know, maybe I haven't gotten the full picture yet, but as of now I'm like, that's not that big of a deal. We'll see.
Am I not making sense? Cause maybe I could change your mind to see me different, and I could get your eyes on my prescription.
Okay, I'm on page 401. I'm getting pretty close to the end of the book, and oh my goodness, it's getting sad.
And maybe all it takes is the same vision for me to get your heartbeat going just as fast as mine. And then I could be your guy. You know I keep you by my side.
I just finished the book, you guys, and I'm not well now. It's like the first half was more focused on her ex-best friend, her ex-boyfriend, and then I feel like that was resolved a little quicker than I thought it should have been. Like I feel it kind of just got moved on and like they're like, oh sorry, and then it was just like kind of over. And the second part of the book focused more on her family and stuff. Oh my goodness. It was really good, but also heartbreaking at the same time. I think I'd give this book a 4 out of 5 stars, even though I had like some problems with what I was just talking about. Lots of time my standard for like rating books 4 or 5 stars is if I think I'm gonna read them again. And honestly, I don't think I'd read this again, but that's mainly just because it made me sad. Because the other reason that I give books 4 or 5 stars is because like they make you feel something, like really feel something. And this book just like definitely made me feel things. You know, it just reminded me how important time is and like making use of the time we have and spending time with our families and like being with the ones that we care about and like truly knowing them. Yeah. This book got deep. For my next book, I definitely need something that's a lighter read. So I think I'm going to read Float. Just gonna read that for a little bit. I think I'm gonna go to the beach soon. I've kind of just been cooped up inside this tent all day, like immersed in this book. So I need to get out soon. But I'm gonna read a little bit of Float so that my vibes get a little happier again. Because right now I'm sad. The little author's note at the beginning. I love that. It says, "To Mom and Dad who always reminded me not to overthink it."
But maybe I'm just blind.
Good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. I haven't woken up this early in forever, but we're packing out super early this morning, so I thought that we should go watch the sunrise over the beach, which is very aesthetic in idea, but a little more exhausting in practice. But yeah, it's 5:35. The sunrise is at 5:48, so Mama and I are gonna go sit on the beach. It's kind of already looking a little bright, but the sun is still rising. And I'm going to bring Float with me.
Or maybe I'm too serious. La, 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 la.
We are back home right after the sunrise. We packed up all our stuff and drove home. So we got back just a little bit ago. I am most of the way through the book. This is all I have left. It's a pretty fast read because I'd only read like a chapter or 2 yesterday. And so I've read most of this today in just like the past 2 or 3 hours. This book has definitely grown on me. When I was first reading it, I was not loving it the most because it wasn't exactly insta-love, but kind of, and I don't like insta-love, especially because I did not like Blake in the beginning, and so I did not like that she was already like head over heels for him, and I was like, not enjoying this. But he's gotten better. Also, is the back supposed to be sarcastic? Because it says, "Enter Blake. Charming and sweet, he welcomes Waverly into his circle." He was not charming or sweet, so I don't know if that's being sarcastic or what. Anyway, so it's been interesting. It's been good. In the beginning, it was like more about the social scene and stuff and like her fitting in over the summer. Now we're reaching the end of the summer, so I guess this actually takes place over all of summer, which I didn't realize it was moving so fast. I thought it'd only been like a few weeks in this book, but apparently it's been a few months. She's reaching near the end of the summer, and now it's kind of focusing more on like her parents' divorce and stuff, and she's kind of relating to someone else about that and kind of realizing some things about it. But yeah, this book is funny. It's been making me laugh. But yeah, I'm on page 294 and there are only 367 pages. She's going to leave soon, so I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with everybody. But oh my goodness, I love the twins in this book. Jessie and Lena. Love them. That's all for now. I'll be back.
And with always running in circles, try to make up my mind. Should I ask you? I'm too scared to ask, but I'll probably ask you this time. Spent a couple of hours, alright, a couple of days, trying to choose where I wanna take you and rehearsing what I'm gonna say.
Guys, I love when friend groups are like top-notch amazing.
Best make you smile, and I don't wanna mess up like I always do. When I try to say this to you, can we dance in the moonlight, hold hands? If the mood's right, make plans to the sunrise.
I just finished the book. Oh my goodness, I just finished it. The ending made me so happy, and oh my gosh, the whole last part of the book was just so sweet. Also, I was reading the acknowledgements, and apparently the author started writing this when she was like 15, and then has been working on it like maybe on and off, I guess, for like the last 10 years. Crazy, but okay, final thoughts on this book. The summer vibes were definitely there. I now really want to eat a hamburger and learn to surf and just live on the beach. I think overall though, I think I give it a 3. There was a lot of laughter and enjoyment and stuff. 3 is not a bad rating. I'm just gonna say that now. But it's not something I would read again. And it was good, but it wasn't like mind-blowing. And there was a lot of swearing, and I didn't really enjoy that. So that takes it off a little bit from this book. Otherwise, maybe it'd be like a 3.5, but I think that brings it down to like a 3. But yeah, it was still an enjoyable read. I will be back in a little bit to show you guys the next book I'm reading. We're leaving for a flight in a few hours, so I also have to pack and eat food and everything. So see you soon. So I was deciding between the last 2 books I have from the library, Family of Liars and the rest of the story. And I'm going with the rest of the story just because I feel like it's more like summer vibey and more chill. Just summing up the summary, basically there's this girl named Emma. Her mom died when she was 12, and they used to visit this lake together. And so one summer, Emma gets sent to live with her mother's family at that lake that she used to visit when she was younger. And then she kind of sees a divide between the 2 different communities. So like her mom was on one side, like in the working class, and then her dad was staying in like the wealthier resort area. And so she's kind of like feeling divided between, I guess, like how her father sees her and how her mother's family sees her, and like those 2 different parts of her. And there's also a little romance with her childhood best friend. Sounds good. I'm gonna start reading it soon.
And if the mood's right,
Make plans till the sunrise
and sleep till noon, I'll take you to
to the beach, get our toes wet.
and leave after sunset.
Hello guys, I'm back. It is currently 4:30 a.m. We just barely made it to the hotel a little while ago. At least the perks to the long flight and the long wait times allowed me to finish this book. So I just barely finished reading it on the drive to this hotel. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's 4:30 a.m. I feel a little delusional. And the sun is starting to rise, which is tripping me up just a little lot. Like the sky is starting to get brighter. Anyway, finishing this book, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I love Sarah Dessen books, and this one did not disappoint. It was just like all about self-discovery, and I love the main character. It talked about how she has anxiety, and there were just like certain things where she'd be overthinking things, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is so relatable. I feel like I've been saying that a lot in this video, but I just like love characters that I can relate to. Especially like anxious ones who overthink and stuff. I just loved how she was like discovering more about her mom and more about like herself through the process, and just kind of like realizing she didn't need to stay the same way she was, I guess, and like how she was discovering this like new side to herself and becoming this better version of herself over the summer while she was meeting like the other side of her family. And so she hasn't seen this other side of her family, her mom's side, since she was literally 4 years old, and I think she's 17 in this, which means it was like 13 years ago. So that's crazy. She hasn't seen them forever, but just like the bond that she has with her cousins and like that friend group and stuff, I absolutely adored. It was so good. And the boy, Rue, the love interest, I felt like their relationship was so wholesome, and they, for the most part, did not have any unnecessary drama. And anyway, they were just a very cute couple. And I enjoyed you were slowly learning bits and pieces, and it wasn't really like a mystery where you're like, oh my goodness, who committed that murder or something, like some big deal. But it was like very realistic in like the way that someone who didn't know much about her mom's previous life would be like discovering more about it and like talking to her other family members about it and kind of slowly uncovering these things. And so I thought it was just like very realistic, and I enjoyed that. And just like them being at the lake and stuff was so fun, and just like the different lake stuff they had going on. I will say some things that I didn't like. I don't know if it's just because I'm so sleep deprived that like I can't comprehend things at this hour and like when I was reading this book. But I feel like there were a lot of like, not like time jumps, but she'd be like, obviously she didn't say it like this, but I'm like sitting in the car now, and then 2 days ago I talked to my dad on the phone, blah, 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 for a long time, and then she'll go back to her being in the car with her cousin or whatever, and I'm like, I forgot she was even there because she like went back into the past for so long. And I feel like that happened a lot throughout this book. My camera battery died, so I'm back in the hotel. I think I'd give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I just like love the self-discovery and the focus on family and stuff. And so yeah, I'd give this a 4 out of 5. I'm also probably biased because I love Sarah Dessen books, but yeah. Anyway, I need to be getting to bed, but thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.
And if the mood's right,
Make plans till the sunrise
and sleep till noon, I'll take you
to the beach, get our toes wet.
and leave